What's up, guys? So today I'm just gonna be making a Joust tier list. It's Masters Joust tier list because I'm in Masters, and I think I would consider myself pretty decent. So, as you can see, S plus is literally ban these guys every game because they're going to ruin your game. They are literally just going to run the entire game. S is try to pick these guys that are most, meaning, after the first ban phase, you should be really trying to pick up these gods after the first six bans. This is after the first six bans when you're picking your second and third characters. You should be trying to pick up, you know, things that help your team, things that are just really going to buff your team up a lot. And, excuse me. And B is situational. Let's name an example. A Wheelix. Their team is really jump heavy. You have a Wheelix alt to counter that, and your team plays well around a Wheelix like Hebo, Sobek, stuff like that. And C and D, never pick these gods. Not worth your time. At least in my opinion, they're not worth your time. And just please stray away if you want to win. If you don't want to win, then play whatever god you want. Let's start. Let's start with Achilles here. So Achilles, I'm going to throw in S tier. Achilles is pretty disgusting, and if you hear that, that's my kid, so I'm sorry. Achilles is pretty disgusting. His execute helps with the tank meta right now because it's double tank with like healer or super high DPS teams, and I think Achilles is really good. He's really tanky. He has a heal, stun, movement, and again the execute. So obviously you're gonna want to pick him, but I don't think he's bannable over other certain guys that we'll get to later. Agni, I don't know how I feel about Agni. I have a lot of hours on Agni. I have like 2 or 3 stars on him. So I think he's A. I think Agni's good, but in the meta right now, he kind of just gets ran down by double backline, and that's what makes me want to put him in B. Because just for that reason. But I'm putting him in A because he has really good setup with bomb stuns at 5, and his dash is knockup immune, which is huge. It's huge against someone like Cthulhu, Vulcan. If dash in or away from him, so he's really good. AMC, I think AMC's S tier. AMC is 100% S tier. You can build him however you want. You can build him Hunter. You can build him like crit, ability based. You can build him hybrid, tank. It doesn't matter. As as long as you have AMC on your team and he goes Warrior's Blessing, you are probably going to win. He is ridiculous, and you should definitely play him. He's really good. He is really fucking good. Alpwash. I'm putting Alpwash situational. Kind of just depends who gets through. If Hell gets through, sure, why not? But you also got to play to protect your Alpwash. If Afro gets through, I guess. Uh, Terra, again, kind of just situational. His ult's really good, but other than that, his kit, once you use it, you're pretty much going to die. If you don't have a warrior or guard to help protect you in the back. So that's why I put him in situational because you're only gonna be playing him into healers in my opinion. Ama, I think Ama's really good right now. She gives you the movement speed off her one. You also get the power off her one. She has a free silence. Her two hits really hard, and the ult stun is also really good as well. And she just really helps dive comms. I just don't see her played a lot because it's hard for people to utilize her because she's very basic attack heavy. On her, hold on, I'm gonna switch to the view here. Yeah, on her, I'm gonna put an A as well. I think he's really good. You don't see him played a lot because there's better hunters to play. I might actually throw him down B. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where I want on her, A or B. We'll come back to on her. But, his impale is really good. His passive with Xe is amazing. And the fact that his ult procs executioners is really good. His one is really good for slow setup. And he really helps with a lot of gods. that are played right now, like a Bracken, because you can get knocked back and stuff. Anubis, uh, honestly, situational. I mean, he's all right if you get online with him. So if you get to like 15, 20 minutes with Anubis, you win the game. If you do not die with him, if you don't die with him, then you're gonna be doing good. You're gonna be doing good, but with a lot of these backliners and mages that can have one shot ults like Kukulkan, Thoth, people like that with one shot ults that'll obliterate you in a standstill ult. That's what makes me put him down in the situational, because you really need to play around that. Ao Kwong, let's just put him in D. He's not good for Joust. I play him here and there. You can get wins with Ao Kwong, but you have to get fed. You need your team to desperately protect you. You're playing purely just to do executes and nothing else. That is really all he's useful for, is executes. Afro, just ban her. She's annoying as fuck. No one wants to play against her. Insane heals. Her link gives you move speed and boosted damage. She has a knockback, slow, ult immunity. It really annoying. Always ban this god. Doesn't matter who's up. Doesn't matter if Serb's up. Doesn't matter if anything. You need to be banning Afro. She will destroy you in every game. I promise. I promise. Apollo. We're going to throw him in D as well. I'm going to throw Ao Kwong C. I think Ao Kwong is actually a little bit higher than Apollo. Apollo, don't play him. Honestly, just straight up don't play him. Not worth your time. I'm not going to explain why. Just do not play this god. Arachne, A tier. She's not S tier, but she's A tier. You have to play her with, a pretty deep. You have to play her with another tank, in my opinion. I've tried playing her solo tank a few times. I've tried playing her damage. I've played her with another tank, and she works really well with another tank, to really help you, and that's how you can mostly get your damage off and stuff. Really, really good god if you really just want, a secondary hybrid tank in your lineup with CC. Ares. Oh, Big Daddy Ares. I mean, yeah, he's situational. You're really only going to be playing him in the non-CC immune gods. And even still, you're going to be getting blown up every time you ult. So you're really only looking to play him into gods like Huyi, Thoth. Ardio's another good example. Uller. People who just don't have CC immune ults can't get away from anything and just beat his burners. But you need to be ulting. Like, you need blink with Ares. You need to be burning beads, and like every time you ult, you just need to spam blink ult and just keep getting in there. Otherwise your team's just gonna suffer, because you're just gonna be dying for no reason, to be honest. I think Artemis is B. I mean, not B, sorry. I think she's A. She's very underplayed, though. Her ult setup is amazing. It is so good. It also is really good if you're getting dove under tower or Phoenix and trying to defend. It really helps you get away. Her traps are really good for CC, and her slows are also really good as well, but she's very underplayed. If you're just looking for a hunter to frag on, honestly, I'd pick her, just because she has a lot of CC and she can really help your team if you're in desperate need of it. Ardio, I'm leaning towards S or A, but I'm gonna put her A. I play Ardio a decent amount. I really only play her into Terra, to be honest, because of her cripple. But you can play Ardio into pretty much anybody. She's just all around a good character. If you really want to play her, you can play her. As long as you're hitting your stuff and saving your teammates, you're probably gonna be winning the game with Ardio. I think she's really good. Athena, I mean, All you're doing is doing taunt setup. Her ult's useless. It just gives damage mitigation. You're not ulting for any specific reason in Joust. Um, it's just ult setup. I mean, you can maybe justify putting your B, but you'd have to be running a ridiculous comp to be playing Athena. I think, yeah, she's better than Apollo though. Awelix, just don't bother. She's useless. I mean, the only way she's good, just like with any of these characters, you have to be fed. So if you drop one kill early, I mean, you're gonna get ran because Wheelix is in desperate need of kills, and you have to play her in the characters with jumps. So with all that combined, needing characters that jump and also being ahead, it's really hard in Joust, especially at the higher end of play when even getting XPs every wave or two matters. So just really don't even bother. Don't even bother. Baba Yaga. S. Baba's really good. She's really strong. She's tanky. She's the only god that you can stack items with in Joust, in my opinion. You should not be stacking with anybody else except for like maybe Kukulkan because you're tower camping. But Baba Yaga, you could easily, run Warlocks and run, Book of Thoth every game. It's that easy, and it just makes her so strong, especially with Warrior's Blessing, and you're also tanky. I mean, she's just a really good god. You kind of need people to protect you a little bit. If you fall behind, you're gonna need to be protected pretty hard. But besides that, she's really good. She's really good self peel with her ult, because if double tank is backlining you ult, knock him away, and then you run away with your little chicken birdhouse. So, I mean, you should be playing Baba, but be careful when playing her because you have to play her correctly in order to win. Otherwise, you're just gonna be doing damage, and then your team's just gonna be dying. I think Bacchus is A tier. Oh no. I think Bacchus is B tier. Bacchus recently got buffed. Actually, they made his one a lot better, but he's still the same old god he was before. You really only want to be playing him for anti-heal, to be honest. But if you have a really early game team comp, so you're running like Bacchus Disco and a really high damaging warrior, hunter, assassin, whatever. I mean, you could run kids for sure. Just because you're flop ult, half healths with full tank every time. But I still throw him in situational because there's a lot of gods that counter him right now, and he gets blown up pretty easily just off of jumping on somebody. Bakasura, it really just depends on your comp. I've been trying Bakasura a lot, and it can really work. It can really work if especially in a Thoth. With Thoth being as strong as he is, I think Baka is really good. But you need a team around Bakasura. You need a tank, and you need a mage that's going to support you. So you technically just need two supports, and you run Baka, and you just win when you get online. I think that's kind of just how it goes. Baron, S tier. I mean, not S tier, A tier. I mean, what else can you say? Healer with CC does a lot of damage, doesn't die, gets move speed. What else? What else is there? His ult's ridiculous. You have to beads or dash it, and that's when your teammates can go in on their team, and then it's just clean up after that. Really good. Would play him. Bastet. As far as I'm concerned, I don't see Bastet too much. I'm gonna put her in C. I'm gonna put Bastet in C. I don't see her, at least not at Diamond, up here in Diamond and Masters. You might see her in Gold or Plat if you're sitting in that area. And if she gets ahead, she'll run your games. like really bad, but I mean, there's a lot of gods that counter her. Like you just run Artio and she's useless as long as you have a team to follow up with you. So there's just a lot of gods that make her kind of useless, and then if she doesn't get online early and get ahead, then you're kind of just looking at a god that can jump in and then jumps back and dies. Bologna. She's good. Um, she's good, but I'm gonna put her in B actually as well. Uh, Actually, she's in between. Bologna's in between, so I'm gonna put her at the top. I wish I could put. Is there another tier I can put? I kind of want another tier. Can I move? Can I move this shit? I can't. Whatever. I want to put her in between. Bologna's really good. Her ult setup's really nice. She has a disarm, slow. It's just that her two is really hard to use because she gets knocked out of it a lot. Getting knocked out of your two hurts because that's your main damage. That's literally your main damage. And if you don't have that, you're just relying on basic attacks and your team. So, really just be aware of who you're playing against for Bologna. Cabrakan. Cabrakan's S tier, especially right now. Me and my team, we're seeing him played a lot. Pretty much almost every single game. People are really trying to play Cabrakan, and I can see why. You got the movement speed, high damage movement speed, team fight, double stuns, tremors. His ult is very good, especially for locking down players and defending objectives, especially for defending objectives when you're behind. If you ult like your tower or your phoenix, that's 2 to 4 basic attacks that they're not getting, and that could potentially not cost you your phoenix at endgame, which is really good. 1 second. Camazotz. I actually played this god today. I think Camazotz is upper A. You gotta know what to run on him. Um, you gotta play him right. You have to keep your passive stacks up, and again, you need a pretty good tank. I mean, if you're running Camazotz, you're probably running a good tank anyways, but he has a ridiculous amount of healing, especially if you run the Kadeus shield and if you run Soul Eater. Ridiculous lifesteal and healing, especially off his pulls, off your basics. I mean, you're pretty much unkillable, and they're gonna have to get a curse onk to stop your healing by yourself. It's crazy. Cerberus. This god is actually up here. I would put Cerberus top of S. Um, there's a lot of people that can stop him with his 2 being so strong, because his 2 does a slowing protection shred, and if you don't stop that, it melts your team. And also his 1 stuns, his jump can heal him, his ult's very good for setup, and his passive is really what makes him good, because even if Afro does get through, you can run him and it'll half her healing, and it's just a great time. He's very, very good in the healers, especially in the Camazotz. Anybody that really heals a lot, like Anubis, he's very good. I would suggest playing him if you're running into Anubis, Kama, Hades, people like that. I think you should be running him. Kern is A. My friend Nate, he runs Kern. Kern's really strong, especially with his 1s being so versatile with the slow, protection shred, power, and lifesteal. He has the root, not the root. He has the what is it, like? Is it a root on his 2? His Bramble Blast, whatever it is, it stops you in place. Really good, very good combo with the ult. His ult is huge displacement, and his dash is very quick, and he hits very hard to late game. So really good, really good. Chalk. I want to put Chalk in S. I think Chalk is really strong. His team fight is amazing too with his ult. I I mean, if you just want to win really easy with AoEs, just play Chalk. He hurts. He hurts and he's hard to deal with. So I might. He's kind of in between S and A. I think he's A plus. Really good. Really, really good. Changa's good. She's really annoying, especially once you get 20 minutes. Because once you get full cooldown, you're kind of tanky with like a robe and full damage. You're gonna be healing and carrying your team, and it's gonna be so nice. Her ult's really good for team fight, really good for setup. All around, just a really good god if you want high pressure towards the mid and late game. Cherno, I want to put him down here. I'm gonna put him in D actually. What can I say about Cherno? He's better than Apollo. I mean, he just has nothing. His dash is really slow. It doesn't do anything. His ult is useless unless you're chasing kills. It gets you killed. So he practically has no ult like Athena. And all he has is 2 and his 1. And that's it. You have 2 abilities. This god has 2 abilities in Joust. At least in my opinion. I would never play him. Chiron, B. I mean A. Chiron's good. Chiron's really good. I'd put him right behind Kern. You know, I think Chiron with his cleanse does a ridiculous amount of damage. His dash gives him power. He enables chases with it. He can get away super easy by knocking you back, and he's already halfway down lane. His ult is super hard hitting. Hits from a ridiculous range. And it also procs your 2, so you can just secure kills if they get away. He's really good. He's really good. Kronos is S tier. Wow, wow, wow. You guys didn't think this would be happening, huh? I think Kronos is one of the stronger mages in the game as well. Actually, you know what? I want to put him above Chalk. I think he's A. He's actually in between, like I said before, but I mean, he counters Kabrakan. You're getting run at by Kabrakan. You just 3 Kabrakan and run away. It's that easy. He's really good. His ult's really good. You get all your HP back. You get your whole kit up again. He's a really good god. Just play him. Just play him if you ever run into this dude right here. Unless your world fade away, then stop playing him. I'm sorry. Cthulhu, he's S. I mean, what can I say, right? I mean, everybody knows what Cthulhu does. He knows he's really good. It's just when he ults, he's kind of a sitting duck target. Sorry, my mouth is getting a little dry, but he's just a sitting target when he's in his ult. If you want to play against this god, in all honesty, just wait for him to ult and all in him, and just stand at his feet. It's very hard for Cthulhu to do anything in his ult if you stand at his feet. Kukulin, S. He's S. Honestly, I might have to move these. I might have to move Kabrakan down here. Yeah, Kukulin is S, 100%. I mean, honestly, he's fucking huge. Kukulin is ridiculous. Just play him. He's fucking ridiculous. Anti-heal machine, full tank, never dies, hits like a truck. He's retarded strong. He is so strong. Cupid, I throw him back here. There's nothing to say about Cupid. It's Cupid. His ult's really good. Gets countered by sprint. He hits hard. His 1 stuns. He heals. I mean, just play him. Just play him. He's good. He's good. Dodgy. I can't hate on her. I can't put her down in C or D. I just can't. What can I say? Really good ult setup. Really good for beads burning team. You just need a team to play around it, like all these gods. You just need a team to play around it. She's really good if you have a team to play around it, and she kind of frags. Disco. Disco's good, really good tank killer, in my opinion. Her ult slaps, big AoE, especially if their team gets caught in the ult radius. If you get more than one person stuck in your 2, they're dead. Mad cooldown. Just a stupid god. I mean, who wants to play against Disco? Nobody. Erlang, again, I mean, just need a team to play around it. You got the taunt, you got the turtle, you got the mink, you got the root, you got the buff. But besides that, you're just playing for taunt. You're just playing for taunts. Fafnir, S tier, 100%. 100% S tier. Full counters Kabrakan. Ridiculous god, does a shitload of damage, doesn't die full tank. A lot of people sleep on Fafnir. He is one of the best gods in the game. But for him to be the best god, you have to hit hammers. You have to be hitting your hammers. You have to be hitting your disarms appropriately. You have to be using your ult good times. He's just all around a really good god, and you should probably try to be picking him, especially since Kabrakan's picked most of the time. Fenrir, situational. I mean, there's not much you could say, right? You're just playing him for his ult setup. Other than that, he doesn't do much besides chase down dashes like Agni, Thoth, Hachi. You know, gods like that, he chases down really well. But besides that, you're only playing him for his ult setup, and most of the time you're just going to get beads with it anyways. Unless you have someone on your team that has beads anyways. Someone on your team that burns beads anyways. Freya, don't play her. Just don't. I mean, she hits very hard. If you get ahead, you win. But, I mean, you have to end the game super early. Because once everybody else gets online, you're getting one shot. Your ult's useless. Just don't bother. Ganesh is good. I'm going to put him a little bit down, though. A little bit down. I mean, he's all around just good god. He's just a supporty support. You're using your ult for cutoffs. You're using your ult to finish kills if they get away and you have a chance to get them. Your one's just for protection, not for protections. You're using your one pretty much just to help clear and get everybody stacked through damage. Just silencing and grabbing, setting it for your team. So, honestly, I mean, he's really good. I mean, if you want to play him, you should play him. I have no complaints about him. I have no complaints. Geb, situational. You're playing Geb for ult setup and shield. That's it. You're not playing Geb for his 1 or his 2 at all. Who do you really want to play him with? You're wanting to play him in the Nox, mostly. You're wanting to play Geb in the Nox. You need very high DPS on your mage and other physical. So that's why I put him as situational. You just need a really good team to play Geb. But he does work if you do have that team. Guan Yu, I mean, he's great. He's A+. He's A+. Can I make an A+ really quick? Hold on. I'm going to make one really quick. Gonna make one really, really quick. A+. A. B. Sorry about this. I thought I would not need a A+ tier, but I do. And I'll just move all these gods down to C. There's no real reason to keep them there. And just move... Yeah, just move all these gods down a little bit here. And I'll make this a situational tier. I'll rearrange. Whoops. Situational. Play. Alright, so who do I think A+? I don't think these gods are A+ at all. Baron, Agni, Cupid. Yeah. All right. There we go. There we go. Who was I talking about? Who was I talking about? Whatever. Whoever I was talking about, probably ridiculous as fuck. Whatever. I lost them. What a bad person I am. Just play him. As long as they're yeah, I mean as long as they're in A, just play him. Why not? Let's skip over whatever. Oh, Guan. I was talking about Guan. Yeah, Guan's A plus. Guan, actually, yeah, Guan Yu. He's so good. His ult is amazing for chase down. His protection shred rips. Huge slow, massive heal. Just dude, just play him. I mean, he's stupid. Hachi. I mean, he's still good. He does what he does best. Banner hurts. Extended range basic hurts. His ult again really good. Slows. It's mostly for kill secure or just extra damage. And then his stun. His stun's alright. His dash is alright. It's not that. It's not the go home about. Hades. I mean, dude. He's better than Anubis. He's better than all these gods. So, I mean, I don't know. Just don't play Hades. If you play Hades, or if you play against the Hades, just get Curse Ankh. Honestly, just get Curse, and then wait for him to dash in and all in him, and then he dies. That's just about it. A+, Hebo. Hebo's A+. You get 12 minutes, and you win the game. You have 3 ultimates, so you win. You 1v3 hard carry. Good luck. I'm putting him way the fuck up there. Heimdall. What do I say about Heimdall? Don't play him. I mean, you're only going to be playing him with your 3 stack if you have one. Just don't play him. I don't think he's good. He's unkillable if you can utilize his 3. He's very hard to kill if you utilize his teleports. But more than likely, you're just going to get instant blown up if you're not face ulting somebody immediately. And you're just going to have to retreat using your teleports in your team. You're just going to have to rely on your team getting kills. So that's just where I put him. I put him above Hades, though. He's way stronger than Hades. Hell, ban it. I don't have to tell you why. I mean, you're just going to be banning healers, in my opinion. Hera's S. Hera is super strong. I mean, outrageously strong. Argus is like a 4th player on your team. Her shield is like a Geb shield. Her polymorph hits so hard and it lasts an outrageous amount of time. And her 1 is just, it's amazing. I mean, just literally, if you want to win, if you actually want to win, play Hera every single game. She's never banned. Unless you're playing like a super high level team, she is never ever banned. Not on the first 6 bans. You'll never see her banned. I promise you. Just play Hera. You'll win. Herc. So the reason I put Herc in situational here. A lot of you might not agree with this, but that's okay. I think Herc is situational because even though he's unkillable, once you get items online, you have to hit Herc not pluck. You have to hit Herc 2, and you have to hit his 1. You have to. If you're not hitting those, your team's going to suffer, and you are immediately going to lose the game. Doesn't matter if you're unkillable or not. If you're not hitting your 2, which is your knockup, you're not going to be winning, and it's going to be stressful. That's why I put him in B, because you have to have some mechanic to play the god. Like, really well. If you know how to play the god, honestly, I mean, he'd be at the top of A. He'd be at the top of A if you really know how to play him. He's really strong if you really know how to play him. But for everybody else, he's going to be situational. And that is my reasoning why I put him there. Horus. Don't play him. Just don't. I mean, what does he offer? I mean, his ult's faster than what it used to be. He has a tiny heal. His one knocks up and slows. His protection shred. But if you want this, if you want if you want Horus, just play Guan Yu. Guan Yu is way better. Way better. I promise you. Don't play Horus. If you're playing Horus, the plan, okay, that's fine. But if you want to win, you pick Guan Yu over Horus all day. Hu Yi, I put Hu Yi A plus. I would put him A plus or at the very top of A in my opinion. He's really good. He's really good. His leap is it's very good to get you out of most abilities. Like Serb ult, it counters Serb ult. You can get out of Fafnir ult. You can get out of Chalk ult. You can get out of Kabrakan ult. You can hop over a wall to get out of Guan Yu ult. His 2 does percentage damage. You get a stun. His ult is huge. It's a huge AoE that does a shitload of damage and slows. I mean, if you hit triple bounces, the god's ridiculous. You could sit in front of the tower all day and just get kills, and it's wow. Play the god. I mean, play the god. Get good at triple bounces. You're running every single game. Hunbats, trash. You might come across a team that destroys you at Humbats. Don't worry, it's not Humbats. It's everybody else. Humbats is bad. I mean, his ult's not good for Joust. I don't even think his ult's good for Conquest. His 3 is super useless. His 2 takes way too long. It's like Bologna 2. And his leap is just it's very weird to use, and I just don't think it's worth playing him at all. I just don't think it's worth. Isis, she's good. You can play Isis in the Bacchus. With a silence, stun. What is it, like knock up immune on her 1 as well? Her ult does scaling damage with everything in her circle, and it heals. I mean, she hits hard. She's very good. I actually put her above Agni and Baron. Not Baron though, and I put Amma down here actually. I'll put Amma down here. I think Ice is really good. I mean, she will support your team while doing damage. The same thing with Baron does. She's good. She's really good. Iza, I mean, yeah. She offers nothing. You're only using your 3 to get out. You're never using your dash to get in. You're using your 2 probably to peel yourself, and your ult just to combo on your teammates' ults as well. Like, that's all you're doing. So you really only have 2 abilities, and the other 2 are just a self-peel or peel your teammates and wave clear. I just don't think she's useful over other hunters, that is. Janice. Don't play Janice. He's not good. His 1 and 2 slap, but other than that, there's nothing else you can do with him. There's nothing else you can do. And give me 1 second. Alright, perfect. I should probably stop talking about him a lot. Alright, let's get this shit on the road here. Jingwei, C tier. Has nothing to offer for your team, actually. She actually has nothing for your team. Don't play her. I mean, you could play her into Zing. Yeah, I'll put her in situational. You can play Jingwei into Zing Tien and people with, like, knock-up throws. But other than that, I mean, just don't bother. Just don't bother playing her. She's not worth. She's only played in the Zing so you can run out of his ult. Jormungandr. I'm biased. Amazing. Way better than Cthulhu. Way better than Serb. Let me turn this down really quick. Alright, perfect. Sorry. Jorm is ridiculous. He is absolutely absurd. His 1 in 3 combo with his 2, his kill potential with his ult. He does so much damage. You will run every single game. And with his 3 being changed to being the equivalent of a knock up from Bacchus, it makes him one of the strongest guards in the game. I think he's super slept on. And even GM should be playing Jorm. He's ridiculous. He is so ridiculous. I don't know why no one plays him. He's good. He is ridiculous. Kali. Have to have a team surrounded around it, otherwise you're not going to get your heal from the ult. I need to... What the hell? Sorry. Kept Daddy. S tier. Kept Daddy is S tier. Very good setup. 3-1 setup with the silence. His 2 gives protections and damage mitigation or something like that. Oh no, it protection, shreds, and damage mitigation. If you're running an assassin, your assassin get backline and get a free res. Like, Khepri is amazing. Play Khepri. I'm putting him above everybody as well. Khepri is good. He is really good. Really, really good. Arthur. He's good. Well, I'm gonna put him down here. You need to build tanky. You have to wait till 5, and you kind of have to wait until your build gets online for Arthur to be viable, in my opinion. But other than that, when you get your build online, you get around 12 minutes, the same as Hebo. You get around 12 minutes in the game. It's gonna be looking good for you, and you're gonna be fragging their team, especially if they're not dealing with you with like a counter like Ardia. Kukulkan. Let's throw him down here. He's really annoying to play against. I mean, if you just want to tower camp and get wins, pick Kukulkan. Insane wave clear. Can't get dove really too much because of his ult. He can get out super easy. I mean, just play him. I think he's pretty good. Kumba. I'll put Kumba in A. I don't see much of Kumba. I'll put him in situational, actually. I don't see much of Kumba unless someone on your team gets absolutely destroyed by Kumba, like Bastet or something. Then, I mean, you're not really playing him over all these other Guardians. If you want to play style like Kumba, just play Ganesh. He does a lot more for your team. I promise. And sorry, I'm coughing and stuff. I'm a little sick right now. Kuzimbo, he's up there. I mean, ridiculous. His ult's ridiculous. His push is amazing. 2, good, especially for cooldown. And, his cap is hella annoying. It's really annoying. Loki. So this is 7.11, I'm pretty sure. Or is it 7.10 still? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's 7.11, but this is after the Loki rework. And he's playable in Joust now, and for ranked. Loki's good. I mean, I put him above a lot of these characters. Loki has really good setup. You have to play him correctly, though. I'll put him down here, actually. You have to play Loki correctly, in my opinion. He is indefinitely better than what he was before. His ult is very good now with the cripple and then the cleave stun. You also get the 2 that does that procs your passive and blinds. And I mean he's good. He's a good setup. He's good for a setup, in my opinion. I wouldn't recommend playing him in ranked if you haven't played him in casual, though. You kind of have to just know what to do with his kit. Dusa, she's good. Gets countered by Kuzumbo. Her ult still is ridiculous for team fight, honestly. Viper shot's amazing. 2, her spit's amazing. 3, anti-heal. I mean, what else could you ask for, right? She's up there, 100%. Mercury, you probably shouldn't be playing this god. And I'm not going to be ordering anybody in C. I'll reorder everybody after, and I'll give you guys, what I feel about everybody. at the end. But Mercury, nah, just don't play him. He's not used. Just don't. Merlin, he's good. I'm debating about putting him in A plus. Uh, he frags. I mean, if you get late game, if you get mid to late game with like 4 to 5 items, you're kind of just you win. You just win. It's the same with all these gods. You get 4 or 5 items, you just win the game. If your team does a decent job of not dying and not feeding or trolling, you're just winning 100%. Mulan, situational. I honestly want to put her down in C, to be honest. She does nothing for your team. Her ult shit. Her ult is shit. Her 3 does absolutely nothing. The only thing that's useful on Mulan is the 2 and her 1. That's only because it heals her and does an absurd amount of damage. Don't play this god, honestly. I'm putting her in situational because you could probably find a team comp around it. Just because she's a warrior. But just don't play her. I don't think she's good. Naja. Always been good, honestly. I mean, you could just run Kukulkan Naja with a tank and win every game if you really want to. Ult's ridiculous. Ring bounce slow. Protection shred ridiculous. Free heal. A free, like, 3 seconds, 3 second stun at range with the sash. Just all in all, pretty good. Pretty decent god to play. And it's really annoying to play against. Neith shreds. Neith is a bot tutorial god, and I meme about it a lot, saying that she's a bot god, but her 1 hits super hard, free root. If you hit gods and weaves, they just melt. Her backflip makes her relatively safe, depending on who you're playing against, and her ult is for kill secure, and it's amazing. She's good. If you want to, I mean, she dumps. Let me move some gods down here, actually. Down to A plus. Okay, Nemesis. Broken. She's broken. Her ult destroys everything, in my opinion. If you ult one god, say you're playing against a Cthulhu, he ults. You nem ult. What's your team got to do at that point, right? You just got to all in Cthulhu, and he insta dies. He maybe gets 2 rotations of his abilities out, and he dies. If you have a good team to play around it, she is ridiculous hybrid build. She does a lot of damage, and not a lot of teams can play against it. She's really good. She's really good. I'm gonna put her A plus because I don't think she's as strong as these gods, but she is way stronger than these gods. Nike, you're only playing her for survivability, for her ult, and for the protection shred on her 1 and the leap setup. That's really it. I wouldn't recommend playing Nike, honestly. I don't think Nike's that good. I don't think she provides that much for your team. It's really about it, honestly. Nox. Where do we want to put her? You get full CDR. She destroys your team at full CDR. Her ult does a lot with her 1. Her grab now recently changed to going through walls. She's a lot more viable now. A lot more. She frags 40% cooldown. It's ridiculous. You should definitely play her if you're in need. Just do not play Nox in the Cabrakan. Do not play Nox in the Cabrakan. Nuwa. I mean, don't play Nuwa. She's bad. Odin. You're only picking Odin for Cage. Otherwise, useless god. He doesn't die. You're just playing him for Cage. Olo. You don't see much of Olo and Joust. But if you do, they're probably winning the game. Olo hurts a lot, just like Kronos up here somewhere, right there. Just like Kronos, Olo frags. He's just relatively unsafe compared to Kronos because he doesn't have the move speed, and the only thing that's saving him is his ult and his 3. But if you play around that, you can melt towers, you can melt objectives. And you're just melting them, in my opinion. Osiris actually kind of fell off pretty hard. He's I'm gonna put him down here actually. I'm putting him down here. Uh, damn, I want to put him down here. Yeah, I mean he's only good into healers like Raw, like Afro Hell, anybody like that. And even still, it's hard to hit his ult because the circle's so small. You're only playing him for anti heal, and you need to play him with double tank. You can't solo tank with Osiris at all. Just probably don't. I recommend don't playing him. Would if Kukulin is up, I recommend not playing him at all. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it over Kukulin. Is literally Osiris, just 20 times better. Pele, she's alright. You can frag if you really get going early. If you really get going and you don't feed, you can really get going early with her knockups. Her ult cleave hurts a lot. I mean, there's nothing else to say. Persephone, S tier. You should actually be banning her. She's S plus. You auto. I mean, if you're losing with Persephone, it's not because. It's probably because you're not hitting your abilities, or you're just playing poorly. She pretty much wins you games. She hits super hard. Her ult roots you, and you can't really do anything in it. Bear in mind, her ult gets countered by Jorm basics really hard. But her one and her plants are really annoying. They hit really hard. She is super safe. She is super safe with her leap. And it also procs her flowers. I mean, what else can you say? She's really good. Poseidon. I think he's A plus. I think Poseidon is A plus. You get Doom Orb, you can't be touched. You're just not dying, and you're one shotting on 52-second cooldown at 40%. So. There's nothing else to say. You guys play Poseidon. I mean, he is a monster. If you can get him online, he is a monster. I'm gonna put him here actually. I'm in between. Raw. A plus. I think he's better than Poseidon. He has a lot more things to offer, especially if you're running double physical tank, like double warrior or assassin warrior. With his heal being very beneficial with power, protections, and stuff like that. He also does a lot of damage, slows, his ult one shots, dude. He's amazing. Raw's good. Raw is really good, and he's banned actually quite frequently on the second stage of bans for last picks. 1 second. All right. How long have I been recording? Almost an hour. Good. Raijin. I haven't tried Raijin, but I'm assuming you'd be up here, right? I mean, Raijin's good. I mean, I have nothing to say about him. If you know how to play Raijin, play him. He's pretty good. His mez helps. There's nothing really to say about him. Rama. You're not playing Rama. You're not. I mean, he shreds, but you have to get 20 minutes. You have to get 25 minutes in the game, and you're not getting there with Rama. If you are getting there, you're losing. I promise. If you're getting that late in the game, you're just losing. Ratatasker, he's good. Nothing to say. Just has set up. His acorns make him a bit better to where he's not trash. Well, no. You have to have a team around him, actually. He's hard to play. He's very hard to play with. Just try not to be playing Rat. There's so many better assassins to be playing right now. Again, with Ravana, you just need a team to play around it. If you do have a team around it, then he frags. He can end up 1v3ing your team at 15 minutes if you have a team to play around it. So yeah, I mean, just have setup. Scylla, I put her at the top as well. I'm gonna put her at the top. She's good. She's really good. Just I think she's better than Poseidon actually. Yeah, Scylla's she's you. I mean, there's nothing to say about her. She frags. She frags really hard. There's nothing to say. You know what it's about. You know what it's about. Circuit. You're only playing Circuit in the Baron. And my reasoning of only putting her at B and not C is because of that reason. And I'll explain to you why real quick. One sec. Sorry. I'm sick and I'm a bit stuffy, so Circuit as a god is not the best. A lot of people think she's bad in Joust. A lot of people think she's not even playable at all. But as I came to figure out about a week or 2 weeks ago, if you play Circuit in the Baron and you play Circuit hybrid, Circuit, if you ult Baron when he's ulting, you eat his ult and you throw him back at your team, which benefits you because he can't heal and he's going to be squishy because he's building damage. And that is the only way you're going to be playing Circuit, and that is the only reason you're going to be playing Circuit. There's no reason to play this god besides playing her into Baron. She is bad. But if you play her into Baron, she's good. If you have a good team to play, like around you. That's all I had to say about that. Soul, same as Poseidon, just really fast. I'm not putting her as high as Kronos because she dies easier than Kronos, but she hits a lot harder. She just hits a lot harder than Kronos, but Kronos supports more for his team than having to be supported for. Set. Set's S, honestly. I'm putting Set up here. If you know how to play Set, you need to be playing Set. And if you're playing Set, play Khepri. These two in combination with each other are S plus. They're SS. They're broken together. If you don't know how to play Set, kind of just get familiar with his kit and play him in some casuals. If you don't want to ruin your TP gain or MMR. Be playing this god. Learn to play this god and play this god. He is broken. Big broken. Scotty. There's nothing to say. Calder's annoying. He does all the damage for you. Just play her. Sobek. He's the best god in the game. He is hands down the best god in the game. You don't have to hit a single pluck with him, and he can win you a game. With his anti-heal, his tail whip knocking up, his ult being so strong. His anti-heal counters these gods right here. You can bait a lot of jumps just by walking at people because they think you're gonna pluck. If you are not banning this god, you need to be playing him or you are losing the game. If you're playing against any competent team, they will pick Sobek and they will run you. They will run you down. Play Sobek or ban him. I think he's amazing. Wukong. Wukong, I'm gonna put below Nox. Gets countered by Nox pretty easily, but really strong. Nothing too special going on for him. Just some setup. He's not as unkillable as Herc, but his abilities are a lot easier to land, and his ult's a lot better to use. Susano. I mean, what can I say? Susano's been a plus since he's ever came out. Just play. I mean, if you like him, play him. You just gotta play. You just gotta play smart. You have to play smart. Sylvanas. Yep. I'm not saying anything about Sylvanas. His grab is shit. Sylvana, hold on, let me go back down. This god right here, grab is shit. Doesn't heal. He's only used for his one and his ult, and he's one of the slowest gods in the game, dude. And he gets locked down too easy. You're not playing this god. He might be the worst god. No, I lied. At least he has setup. Terra, she's good. I put her up here actually a little bit. I'll rearrange all this in a minute, and I'll tell you guys what my thing is ordered. Terra's good player. Good setup, good ult. That's about it. Thanatos hits hard, has execute, doesn't die really. All right. I'm putting Morgan C. There's nothing really to say about her. She's really bad. You're only playing Morgan if you're scared of somebody else on their team and you're wanting to ult as them. That's where that's the only thing you're doing. You're just playing for ult. Thor's good. Super good setup. One shots off of his ult out of the jungle. I mean, just nothing special. Just like the same with the rest of these guys. They have nothing special going on. They're just good. They're just good. Thoth is great. Thoth is great. I'm putting him S plus. You should ban him. You should ban this god. You should be banning this god. If we don't have first pick and you're not banning these three right here, which you should be. So if one of these are banned and you have an extra ban slot, you should ban Thoth. Long range dash. Super long range dash. Alt one shots. Full cooldown, his dash is on 6 seconds. You're not catching him. He does way too much damage. Too much of a hassle to deal with. I mean, there's nothing else to say. He's so good. Again, another S character. Well, no, I'll put him down here. I'll put him A plus actually. So, what can I say? He's definitely above Nem. He's one of the stronger assassins, if not the strongest. Oh, no, not the strongest, because I forgot Set's an assassin. Sorry. Basuki, he's good. His ult's really good. If you get caught out, then you die, but, I mean, you're just going to build a super hybrid tanky damage, and you're going to one-shot. You know, they're squishies. And even their tanks, you're going to take like 200 damage every hit to them. He's insane. He's insane. Tier, I'm going to put right there for now. Build tier tanky and move speed. Otherwise, he's useless as fuck. I'm going to actually put him down here. You need to build him tanky and move speed. That's really it. He has nothing else going on besides his one. He has nothing. I'm sorry. He's just not good. Ulir. He's playable. He's playable. I don't know how playable he is. I play him here and there, and he frags, but he not having an ult he's always just gonna remain A tier just because he doesn't have an ult. Vamana, very hard to deal with. A very hard to deal with warrior here. His ult makes him pretty much invincible if you don't have curse. And if you're going damage on him, you're kind of just one-shotting their backline, and you can't peel. He's a god that's very, very hard to peel. So you either all in him, or your squishies die. So. Vulcan. I mean, who likes playing against? Who likes playing against this god? Nobody. I know you don't. You guys don't like playing against him. Vulcan's bad. I mean, he's not bad, but he's bad to play against. They pretty much just have a third turret. So they have a Phoenix turret and Vulcan turret sitting in front of your turret. So you're having to walk past, a turret at level 5 taking 500 damage, and then you already had to say, hey guys, I can't fight, I'm hurt. And then a Vulcan ult meatball or one lands on you, you're gonna die and you're gonna get dove. He's hard to deal with. He's hard to deal with. But if you have a good team to backline him, then then you're doing some good work. You're doing God's work. X Ball. I don't see him that much. I don't know why you would play this god, to be honest. I really don't know why. I don't know. I lost him. He's in here somewhere. I don't know why you would play this god over other hunters in the tier list, but just don't play him. I mean, there's just better hunters. You probably shouldn't be playing hunters, but he just doesn't do what the other hunters do. Zing just gonna be thrown in the A tier. Zing is very, very strong. Not played too much, but with the recent change to how anti-heal items work, I think we can safely throw him in A tier. Very good setup, very good peel, very good damage. Just amazing. His ult's really good too. I would suggest playing him if there's really no other tanks up to play. Emoja, same idea really with Zing. Really good. Kind of at the bottom of A, more or less. She has a good ult. Her 1 has a good stun. You have to utilize her 3 really well. And she has a heal. I probably wouldn't play her, personally. But she's definitely playable if you're wanting to play. I mean, there's nothing really to say about her. Ymir. I'm actually gonna rank Ymir higher than Yemoja and Zing. I think Ymir is really good right now. His wall and his freeze on the map are perfect. If you miss your freeze, you die. But for the most part, I mean, you can win games with Ymir now. Like, he's good. Ymir's good. I mean, I would suggest playing him. And then let's just throw Zeus in A. Zeus does high damage, no mobility, and Zong as the worst god in the entire game. And let me explain why. So, as a lot of you know, Zong Kui got buffed. His ult got buffed by 25%, and he's stronger now. But the problem with Zong is not his ult. The problem with Zong is when your kit's down, even with 40% cooldown, when your kit is down, you're getting all in one shot, even as a tank. If your kit's down, you die. And, you know, at least a lot of these gods, if their kit's down, they don't die, right? Like, if Sylvana's kit's down, you can walk away. If Rama's kit's down, you basic attack. If a Wheelix's kit's down, you're probably getting a kill or dying anyways. But Zong, if your 1 and 2's down, you're dead. There's nothing else for you to do. He has nothing left in his kit. He has the 3 to peel himself, but you go to wave clear and that's it. I mean, you die. You die. Now that I've kind of just given you guys my thoughts on every god in the game, let me just go ahead and rearrange in order who I think is best to worst. So I think Afro is you should be banning these every game. These 3 are interchangeable right here, so you can do whatever. You should be banning Persephone. That's 4 gods. Who else should you be banning? I think Set is S plus as well. And I think that's good. And then Thoth is up here. Is that my S plus? Yeah, so this is my S plus. So Afro, Hell, Sobek, Persephone, Set. 100%. And as for my S tier, Thoth, of course, at the top of the S. We're gonna put Serb. I think Jorm's gonna stay there. He's really strong. Not stronger than these 2. And my S is good. This is my S category. In order. These 2 are now ordered. So Afro, Hell, Sobek, Persephone, Set, Thoth, Herrick, Colin, Jorm, Capri, Serb, Achilles. Let's move on to A plus. It's going to take a little bit longer here. Honestly, I would move Guan Yu up with these gods right here. Cthulhu, I'm going to move down. Kabrakian, I'm going to move down. Baba, I'm going to move down. Huyi is better. Merlin's better. Vra is fucking strong as fuck. And there we go. That's my A+ tier ordered now. That's perfect. That's perfect. Wow. At least in my opinion. I mean, you guys might have differing opinions about my bannable gods, my S+, S, whatever. But, you know, this is just my opinion and everything. That's just how I feel. I'm not going to order A tier just because there's so many. Oh, actually, I will. I will really quick. Let's see. Agni. No, I won't. I'm just kidding. Fuck that. You can just play these gods. I mean, there's nothing wrong with playing these gods. You just have to play them all correctly. You got to use their kits well. That's really all I got to say about that. Not going to order these. Just play, like I said, you know, play off their... What am I trying to say here? Play off of their strengths. Play off of their strengths. Otherwise, you're going to lose the game. 100%. And have a team to support these strengths. Otherwise, like I said, you will lose. And never play these gods. Ever. Don't ever touch them. Alright. And that concludes it. Let me go ahead and just scroll through my tier list. Let me just go ahead and scroll through here. Just so you guys can, you know, just see the full tier list. You know, pause if you need to at all. And there we go. This is my completed tier list for ranked Joust. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me if you agree or disagree with some of these bans. The video's been kind of long. It's whatever. But yeah, just tell me if you agree or disagree with the where I have them set up here. I don't think you guys will disagree with these right here. I think these at the top are ridiculous. I don't think you guys will disagree with my A+ either. I mean, all of these gods are pretty known to be strong, but it's whatever. Tell me what you guys would change. Would you put Vulcan? Would you rank Vulcan higher? Would you put him S or not? Oh shit. Would you rate Scylla A+? Would you put Baron A+? You know, would you put Zhong Kui SS tier? Just tell me what you think. And I guess that's it. So thanks for watching, and leave your opinions on the tier list in the comment section below. Thank you, and goodbye, everybody. Woo!